Thank you for joining us today. This is the final chapter of Monster Girl Village, Yokoso Genkai Suroku Hei, with an exclamation mark, because I always forget to type that. This is super exciting. All this type of content. This is where I would normally pass it over to Tom, but before we get started into that, I have a really fun story about last chapter. So
hold on, but this is chapter 20. You can't do chapter 19. It's not allowed.
Oh no!
We'll get kicked off of YouTube. False advertising.
It's like, police, open up.
Oh, those like spooky like ASMR ones where they have like a knock on the door or something in one of the ears. Yeah,
and it also reminds me of those songs, like, it's mostly rap songs that play, like, police sirens in it, so it's like...
That should be illegal.
Yeah, so, like, you're driving, and, like, you hear and it freaks you out all the time. Not that I listen to a lot of rap, but it always drives me crazy. Or, like, I actually heard somebody use an alarm clock, the standard alarm clock, in a song, and I was like, you should go to jail for that.
Well, on the flip side of that, the fun side of it, I've heard people make beats out of, like, the iPhone ringtone.
Yeah, but this wasn't this.
Or the Skype ringtone.
This was a sample of...
Yeah, I know, but
And I've also heard...
energy.
Yeah, I've actually, in, like, professional, like, pop songs that they're trying to feed to the masses to brainwash us, I've actually heard them use, like, standard iPhone beats or something, like, and it's like so
like
GarageBand
default noises or something.
Not even that, like samples of people's common ringtones, and it's like that's awful.
Well, that's kind of what I meant.
Or like the sound of a new notification message on Facebook. There was like a very famous popular pop song years ago. This is kind of completely out of the way.
Sure.
All right, so the cool story is we finished recording. Actually, not even the last chapter. It was the last podcast we did.
Right, the retrospective of the series as a whole.
Yes. And so we recorded that, and I shut off the video recording because that was a cool one. We did video for that podcast episode as well.
I don't even remember doing video for that. Are you sure we did?
I shut down the video recording, and I closed the laptop, and I have it set to power mode, so it never goes to sleep, because if I'm like downloading something or something else.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Why?
It doesn't go to sleep, so it'll die.
Well, right? I just plug it in. Well, it's dead all the time.
Oh, okay. Like, all right. If that's how you live, then that's fine.
I like to live life dangerously.
I like to live life dead.
Anyway, I left the recording on, and I didn't notice till just a minute ago. And so it had like 72 hours of just recording in the background. And what was the problem is it ate up all of my data space on the hard drive, and it was too big to save. Like the files got corrupted because it was just left on for so long recording that. Yeah, so I just spent the last like 15 minutes trying to recover all the files, like all the audio for it, because, you know, that's the part that you want to listen to, the most important part. And so I just went through all this like data recovery and things. The moral of the story is I was able to save the episode through my technical prowess, so everything's good. But I just remember that I was like, no, we can't record this again. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's my fun story for the day. Just spicing up the normal videos with some peak drama. It's all exciting. Yeah, so I'm just glad I was able to save it.
And I know that we haven't even started yet, but my autism won't let this go. When you said you had a story about the last episode, I thought you meant episode 19, chapter 19. But it wasn't. The last podcast episode wasn't about chapter 19, so I was confused by your confusion.
Okay. All right. Well, let the record stand.
I just want...
Tom gets confused.
I gotta clear the air.
Anyway, so we're looking at the last chapter of Monster Girl Village.
Indeed.
Tom, where did we leave off last time with the story of our heroine?
So, we'll see it in a couple of pages, but basically, this chapter starts with her confessing that she's going to leave the village.
Oh, that's kind of dramatic.
Yeah, yep. And the whole chapter's kind of dealing with the fallout of that.
Once again, I'll just always point out that the chibis are always pretty well done.
Yeah.
That's the mark of a good artist, when they can down-resolutionize their characters and still make them look iconic. That's good character design. So you can see the character at a glance, or a silhouette, you know it? Like, that's actually a thing that they do.
Like the minions.
Yeah,
they're very distinct. Great character design. Super funny too.
Dude, the minions are hilarious. I love sharing those memes on Facebook. Like, oh, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee, and it's a minion with a very provocative looking face. It's just fantastic. I know all my 55-year-old boomer friends on Facebook just eat those up.
Minions are almost as funny as making fun of minions is.
You started it.
I know, and I immediately regretted it.
So why don't you just stop us when you see something that you want to point out behind the scenes action?
Yeah, I will. It's a couple pages. Is like my first note. Right now, it's just
That's
Mimosa. What?
Harpy Girl, right?
No, she's a phoenix.
That's what I mean.
Okay, well, there is a Harpy Girl, so...
All right. I was just making sure because I actually got confused in this series because it seems like she's the main character of this chapter.
Kind of. It kind of feels that way just because the early metagame of this chapter is like her finding out that Akane's leaving for college, basically. And she's so sad and, I can't live without you, that kind of thing.
As we see here.
Yeah, basically. All right, and this isn't a behind the scenes, but it's an interesting like narrative thing that I kind of wanted to point out. Like the whole Supika arc is basically becoming the new Akane. And in this panel right here, in the middle one on the left, it really shows that she's completed her conversion.
Taking charge.
Well, she's like, we can work together to revitalize like the village still without Akane. So she's like saying like, look, Akane isn't necessarily needed. Not in like that kind of manner, but she's like saying, look, we're still able to do it and we will still do it. Emphasis, I think, on the we, because she was, the outsider, and now she's fully accepted her role in the fold. Just like another kind of art point out, shout out kind of thing. I really like this film strip panel.
It's like a flashback. They're like revisiting old memories, like a home movie.
Exactly, but it's from the perspective of the Genju. So like in the far back, that's Akane's grandma. And then in the middle, Akane as a girl. I assume it's her as a girl in the middle one. It could even be like her mom, maybe? I don't know. But then, of course, Akane is in the last one.
Imagine having a girlfriend that, like, stays young forever. Like,
yeah,
wouldn't that be crazy?
Yeah, it would be ups and downs. It would definitely have its ups and downs.
What would be the downs? Other than your face.
The kids. Oh no!
I was gonna say other than your kids, but then I'm like, I'll just take
you
your
and
face.
stuff, and like then
That's fine with me. I'm dead.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, fine. You're right. And then like the whole rest of the chapter is just her monologuing like the letter. Basically, it's a long letter.
She goes to Paris.
Oh, is it? No, that's probably Tokyo. That's probably Tokyo Tower.
Tokyo Tower. Yeah,
because she even says that that's where she wants to go, Tokyo University. And it's like this whole like idea where she's like, I'm gonna leave the village to see, to grow as a person and to like become stronger to help the village. What are you gonna do?
I hate that travel meme. Like, I'm gonna become worldly. Like,
it's not exactly
that's
that.
in everybody's bio. It's like, travel makes me like everybody in every place is exactly the same.
Especially
like,
nowadays.
That's what you gain from travel. That's the insight you gain is that everybody's
Cynicism.
the same. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, I guess in that way it does make you worldly, and then you have a good conversation point. Like, back when I was in Japan, like, you can drop one-liners like that, but everybody travels now. A ticket to Japan is $200. Like,
no way.
If you get them in the off season and buy it 6 months before,
Could be, yeah. Specifically for her situation, what are you going to do with making connections to help the town? Unless it's on an individual basis where it's like, hey, come to my village.
Well, no, technically that's the only benefit that's left in college these days is the networking, and that used to be the old thing. I can see that possibly.
Well, who does she network with? And to what end?
Political managers. She's recruiting people. I don't know. I can see that as a thing, but like going to become whatever is not.
I never got the idea that her goal is like, I'm going to go to college to become, I don't know, like a doctor or whatever, or a politician. Like, I think it is mostly to make connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go. Which is the best way to approach college because it's nothing these days.
Yeah, true. Go back up.
This is like Yuri. I'll be waiting for you. Wait for me.
Yeah, whatever. I want to point out here my awful text warping on the letter. I did go above and beyond to replace it with the text, so that's worth some points. But God help me, I could not figure out how to like morph it correctly to the letter's shape and position. So
with Photoshop, you can actually set anchors and set like a canvas of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're ragging on Photoshop all the time, but you can do a lot of cool stuff.
So Paint.net has a tool where you can shift stuff, and it gives you like a little virtual beach ball kind of shape. And you can like rotate it.
But that's not quite the...
No, it's pretty useful if you're good with it, and I'm not good with it. Yeah. So this is kind of the best.
I'll show you how to do it later. It'll probably come in handy for whatever we translate
something
next.
Like this. Yeah. All right. And here...
that's Soup-chan?
Yeah, Supika. She's all grown up now in high school. And to prove that she's all grown up and like the new Akane kind of thing, she's about to say the gamer word, it looks like, in this last page.
Look at that.
Last panel.
Okay, you guys, in the chat, complete the gamer word. One letter at a time. Yeah. One letter per comment.
Miss Obama, get down. I'm going to say it. no. I think she says no. I forgot what it actually completes to. And this is the continuation or the completion of her replacing of Akane.
Yeah, because that's like literally Akane's head.
Oh, that too. But also, like, these next couple pages are a very close recreation of like a chapter 1 early scene where she's like getting home from school and Hisui's the first one, the mermaid's the first one to like say, oh, hey, welcome back from school. And then like the giant boulder comes and stuff and, you know, Itsuki playing around, screwing around too much.
You know, one thing to note is that for the past 500 years, they haven't changed outfits.
That's interesting, yeah.
Same thing. It's like maybe your body doesn't mature, but doesn't your mind want to get out of the kid clothes?
Clearly not, because they're just as stupid as they've always been. Scroll back up one more page.
Well, she's got like an Oni bat.
Yeah, she's always had like a club or multiple clubs.
That's not a Minotaur thing, though.
No, she was originally designed to be an Oni and then later switched to a Minotaur.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's
the deepest lore.
Yeah, that's in the bio on like the final page. No, up one more. Yeah, and see in the bottom left where she says something like she's about to say daddy and then she says papa.
Yeah.
Or dad, and then she says dad. Yeah, never mind. Because papa is what she says in Japanese, and I made that daddy as like, you know, the translation choice. And this is the one time I've regretted it because it's like,
I haven't told daddy yet.
How can you pretend? No, I mean, how can you stop yourself from saying daddy and then saying dad without actually saying the whole word daddy? Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think in the Japanese it was probably like I can't, or I haven't told dad yet, but in here it's like dad. I mean dad. I know. Works. You still convey the meaning, but I don't know. It's kind of sloppy.
What gives, Gramps? Smell you later, old man.
Yeah, you know, there's something about this panel where it's like she seems kind of harsh to me. I don't know. The OL life has jaded her, and now she's mean. It's like her grandpa's like getting Alzheimer's or something. Like you don't make light of that. Like you don't berate someone for having Alzheimer's. That's, I don't know.
Shut up, old man.
Yeah.
You're old. You're old.
Oh, that's a throwback.
Here we go. It's the same iconic thing from the first one.
Yep.
And now she's old and jaded.
Yep. They're all older. And then that's that. The final panel, well, kind of. I mean, there's this. I don't know what you would consider this.
I still like the cat hoodie.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's the best.
I barely remember Harpy Girl. I thought she had actual arms.
I don't know anymore.
I vaguely remember that she had
something crazy that I noticed when I was doing like my reread to do notes for this chapter. The page above this one, she's got a tail there. Did you know that?
Oh, nice.
I never knew that.
That's why she wears the long coat. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I think we've speculated on it.
Look at this outfit though. That one's good. Is that from the no, this isn't.
That's from the Idol chapter, I think.
Oh, is it?
Because they're all dressed up similarly.
I remember her wearing something similar for Alice in Wonderland, but
maybe these are future scenes that haven't happened yet. Because look at the third one, Supika's there, and they look like they're in their normal Idol attire.
It's probably things that happened while Akane was gone.
Yeah, and then, or maybe she's in the Alice in Wonderland outfit. I can't
think
tell.
This is the future. It's like showing you all the shenanigans they get into.
Yeah, it's future or past, whatever. I mean, it's all the same. That's just the afterword from the author and more pictures. And then this, I mean,
so small.
These pages are so unfortunate because, like, I still have to do them because somebody might want to read them. I mean, they're relatively interesting.
Type in the chat if you read them.
Maybe don't. And like, it's kind of disheartening because I have to deal with like 0.6 font.
Oh yeah, tiny text. It's a small resolution. I don't know if that's Manga Dex like scrunching it or if it's just like
it's actually the width of a normal page.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so small.
No, because collectively it's the width of a single page is what I mean. So they're like half width because it's 2 pages.
Oh, okay.
They're half width and you're half wit. I got him, dude.
All right, so walk us through this the final end page.
Oh, it kind of looks like the right corner, bottom right corner of the letter got cut off. I wonder, did I shift? I don't know. That looks weird.
It looks like the end of a page. So I think it's just not. I wonder if Megadex
cropped that because I swear I connected them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just curiosity that I noticed now. So this is the classic Alex Jones. I can't even call it a rant. It's like an info dump. It's like a real life behind the scenes lore.
It's basically the plot to Evangelion, which is also the plot to real life.
Right. And I mean, I think you could find it under the title Alex Jones explains the plot of Evangelion.
Or Deus Ex is the best one.
My favorite is the one Deus Ex. That's just the full title. You might have to type in Deus Ex Alex Jones to find it.
Yeah, last time when it first came out, it was obviously number 1 in the search, but now it's like they've shadow banned it, so it's like either 7 down or like on the next page. So they're trying to censor him.
Yep, they're trying to censor the truth.
Did you draw this page or?
Yeah, that's why. Like, look at the thing within the
like
rectangle, how it looks good, and then how it stops looking good immediately.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yep, I could tell. And then
but it's not supposed to look great.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to look perfect.
Yeah,
it's
we get the idea.
Yeah, and nobody's gonna read it. I really contemplated putting the YouTube link in there as well for the actual rant.
Yeah, I probably would have.
But nobody's gonna type it out. I didn't want to type it out.
That's true. We got to make better end pages.
Hey, every time you say it, and every time I say, go ahead.
I did say like just put the YouTube link.
Well, whatever. I'm not gonna edit it at this point.
All right. Well,
that's it.
Let's check the comments real quick.
Oh, yes.
Anybody saying anything? We have 11
Holy
comments.
moly.
All right. We got Venerable Demons says, wasn't the plot that people leaving the village led to deaths of the mythical creatures?
But
suddenly having someone leave for 5 years will now save the village. Okay, so I think there is something to that. It's not just like one person leaving destroys the chain. Yeah. She brought more people in, so was able to leave.
There's even a throwaway section of a line on one of these final pages where Supika mentions that they had a new villager. She's like, Miss Kamiyama. I don't know. That's the village name, but I don't know who the person was.
It's kind of like The Ring, where if you show somebody else the tape, you get to live.
Sure. Yeah. So I think there's kind of 2 points to address in this comment. One, in the chapter 1, it does say something like they disappear or something, like it hints that they disappear.
It's like
if
an
they
egregor.
don't have enough faith. Yeah, it's something like that. But also, they don't get counted towards the population, and then the village will basically, I think, be condemned or something like that, legally. I don't know.
Because they're only 3/4 of a human.
3/5 you mean? Oh, yeah, you got it. No, there's 0/5.
Basically.
Well, when it comes to population counting, so I think there's both of those parallel ideas.
And it's not because they're monster girls; it's because they're women.
Oh, spicy, dude. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, she's leaving for 5 years to return with more strength to help the village.
More knowledge. Yeah, that's where you go to college to get more knowledge. So, that's what I've read.
Yeah, no, because she's a girl. She goes to Jupiter to get more stupider.
Got him.
Dab, dude. All right. She probably has cooties too.
True Goddess Reincarnation says, effing axed. I don't think it was axed. I think it was
I don't know. I think it was just short.
Yeah, it was just kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Primarosa says, all good things must come to an end. And he's got a little sad face. Or a happy sad face. It looks like he's
happy
got a
crying face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nightside says, yeah, I hope this longer, at least 1 volume more. Well, I am sorry to tell you that it's not. Thanks for scanlating this comfy manga. So you're absolutely
welcome.
He replies to Venerable Monster said, it's written in Akane's letter. Currently, she realized that she has no strength to bring the people to the village. So she's going to go to Tokyo to learn more and make connections with more people. And that means more people will be coming to the village. Since she's coming back with a happy face, it was kind of implied that she's somewhat succeeded, ? So yeah, I think that's...
He said it better than we did. Yeah. Thank you. Whatever your name was.
Nightside. We got Broken Gale, who says, I like the comfy tone with a message of failure that this manga presented.
Was it a message of failure?
I don't know.
I could dig it.
It's a refreshing change from Isekai's Daily. So, yes, that's...
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I do try to avoid isekais.
We have the username 77BLC. It's just like a random hash. He says,
that's his robo name.
Just ask her to bring horny guys from the high school and migrate there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what we've been saying the whole time. Or just bring me. Yeah, I'm enough.
Me. Look, I'll take care of all the monster girls. Aller Arone says, there's only 1 new resident after 5 years.
That's a good point.
I was expecting to see many humans living there in the end, yes.
Well, we didn't really see much of the village proper. Yeah, it could be that there were a whole lot more, because the one new one that was talked about it was kind of implied like she just moved there. Yeah. So it could be that like tons more have moved in there. But you're probably right. And the guy who said it's a story of failure, you guys are all probably right. Like,
yeah. Staluna says, definitely feels cut short, but not too bad overall. Well, I mean,
that's kind of my feelings too.
I think he kind of like, I don't know if it was X or not. I don't think it was. Because there was definitely a lead up. Like, there was a whole arc.
True.
It didn't seem like too rushed towards the end. I mean, we had like the climax of the immigrants in the bus falling off and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, the last 4 chapters or so really were like a cohesive narrative arc. It could have been that the editor or narrator or whatever is like, yeah, exactly. You've got 4 chapters left.
Yeah.
But yeah, who can say?
Scripted says season 2, please /cries. So
bad.
We will definitely keep you posted if there's ever
Season 2
more.
bad.
Ice Bladder 20 says, it could have been better, could have been worse. Though I got fooled by the cooking tag. There was barely any in it.
The cooking tag strikes again, dude.
Why?
It's all that one dude who added it.
Longtime passenger Marino Links says, thanks for scanlating this manga. It was nice, I guess.
Based. Yeah, I agree.
That's basically
I agree.
Yeah, it was.
I'm telling you,
it was something, I guess. Yeah.
The next one, if the one I want wins, we won't be getting any like wishy-washy, half-hearted comments.
The next few projects are going to be really awesome. You guys definitely stay tuned for that. Let's see, what's a good thing to say?
Thanks, guys. Great chat. Whatever you normally say.
Scanlating this awesome manga, you guys.
Wow.
I love the podcast. I do love it. And I love you guys. So thank you for coming along with this awesome journey on Monster Girl Village. We've had a great time vacationing there. And I hope you had a good time reading it. I hope maybe this background insider knowledge behind the Scanlation team has been some interest. We get a lot of good replies, thousands of views.
Nice.
So I'm thank you from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of Tom's heart.
Right. Yeah. Thank you from the top of my heart too.
Oh, wow.
Which is the heartiest heart.
Well, you only get the bottom of my heart.
Right.
Because I still need the top part for like the ventricles.
Yeah.
And
Well,
things.
you've got like 4 chambers in each heart, right? So you can have like one of my chambers maybe, and then
you know what? I can give you one chamber, and then if you want to sublease the other chamber,
okay.
I can get my lawyer. We can talk about that.
Cool. Nice. So a quarter-hearted thank you from all of us to you.